Good morning, guys.
Hello, sir.
So, before we start this particular mock panel interview session, let me give you a short overview about this particular session. So, as I can see, few of the candidates are new to this particular session, and few have already joined. So, let me give you an overview. As of now, in this particular session, I will display few of the cover letters, and everyone has to go with the particular cover letter. For example, if I give you a if I show you a cover letter of a particular candidate and the rest of the candidate has to look into the particular cover letter and ask the questions related to the particulars mentioned in the cover letter. For example, the rest of the participants will be asking questions, and the participant whose cover letter has been displayed will be answering those particular questions. And make sure, guys, whoever asking the questions should be ready with the answers as well. Okay, got it?
Yes.
Yeah, fine. Let me share you a cover letter now. See, this is a cover letter of Nikita Bhale. Please, everyone, look into this particular cover letter for next 5 minutes and be ready with your questions, so that in the meanwhile, Nikita will be ready with her answers. And guys, if Nikita is not going to answer those particular questions, make sure whatever the questions that you are asking, right? So you have to give an explanation for that, so that she will get to know what exactly. Yeah, please. In the meanwhile, please go with this particular cover letter and be ready with your questions. And Nikita, please be ready with your answers in the meanwhile. Nikita, am I
Okay,
audible?
sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
Yes. Please, everyone, go with this cover letter for next 5 minutes.
Shall we start, Nikita? Hi, I'm
Yes,
Chaitanya.
yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, fine. So, Nikita, can you describe your profile once?
Yes. Um, Good morning. This is Nikita. Um, I was born and brought up in Hyderabad, and I'm uh, my overall experience is 2.3 years in the um, pharmacy and provider credentialing, and also in banking domain as a telecaller in the process of customer loan repayment. And as of now, I'm looking for the role as a business analyst, uh, where I can upgrade my skills and knowledge in the field of business analyst to grow my career as well as make the company succeed in its long-term goals. So, as a business analyst, I have contributed in the two live projects like Agile project for online railway reservation system and the inventory management system using waterfall model. So, and during these projects, I have interacted with stakeholders to gather requirements from the by applying elicitation techniques, and I have assisted product owners with the user stories and product backlog items. Then I have created business case documents and I have identified stakeholders and prepared RACI matrix chart, and I have also created business requirement documents. And from that, I have prepared functional requirement documents and also assisted a technical team uh, to prepare SRS, that is software requirement specification documents. Then I have drawn unified modeling language diagrams like use case diagrams and activity diagrams um, by using MS Visio tool. And I have also created mockups and wireframes with the help of Balsamic tool, um, and have assisted the product owner to add the user stories to the sprint backlog with the help of Zira tool, and also done the uh, and I have also uh, supported a team by progressing the report from the Zira tool and make the work done faster by looking into the progress
Yeah,
of.
Nikita, sorry to stop here at a moment.
Yes.
So, one thing should have to be the pattern should have to, what you will introduce yourself, it should have to be within maximum of 10 lines. If it come to if you write it in a
Okay.
sheet, it should have to come in 10, and that should have to come with maximum of 500 words, where you should have to describe everything. For that,
Okay.
you should have to follow some pattern. So first
Okay.
thing, you are supposed to be in a position, like you should have to wish the interviewer first. Okay, so
Okay.
they know that like your name is Nikita Valle, but so how it will be so let me explain from my
Okay.
end. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to introduce myself. Okay, I am
Okay.
Chaitanya Kumar, and I have over 11 years of professional experience, including 5 years as business analyst. Okay,
Okay.
so then this is how you should have to be. You should have to start.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
then after that have to explain that what is the you said like 2.5 years experience, right? So
Yes.
there you mention that my journey has allowed me to bridge the gap between business needs and technical solutions effectively. Like, give me a one-line sentence there, like, it will describe what as a business analyst you want to do. Okay?
Okay.
So
Okay.
what you learn there, first thing.
o- Okay.
Then, then, uh, then you mention that whatever, like in my
Okay.
recent organization experience. Okay. So where that what you
Okay.
learn in my recent role at TCS as a senior business analyst, I worked on a high impacted projects like, Apple Maps, Transit. That's my, what, for example, I am explaining here, my profile. So Maps
Okay.
Transit RT application, my role involved in collaborating closely with, collaborating closely with stakeholders, creating user stories, requirement gathering, and ensuring successful delivery through Agile Scrum methodologies. Okay?
Okay.
If that is how we should have to describe there, like, within my 2 and a half experience, I learned to how to, like, how to manage stakeholders and how to create user stories, how to create, how to gather the requirements, how to analyzing the requirements by using, like,
Okay.
using mask techniques and while stakeholder management, like, it should have to be within it should have to come in 2 lines, within 2 lines.
Okay.
So
Fine.
first thing, wish the interviewer, then start it to your experience. Then within one line, you should have to give the, like, what is you learned, what you gained in the with experience, and what are you looking for. Sorry, what you gain, what is the experience teach to you. The first thing, like every business analyst, if they ask the question also, so if two
Okay.
and a half years you mentioned 2 projects, the interviewer will not focus on, like, they won't go more deeply. So it
Okay.
should have to be, you should have to give some rapid fire answer. So even though if you feel like, by-hearted answer also not an issue, but it should have to show great confidence.
Okay.
So they're like, your communication is good, where back end your confidence is little lacking. So if you put more confidence while you're giving answer, the words will come automatically. Okay, get
Oh,
prepared. So my best suggestion is, like, you prepare your own, like, what you said, you put it in a document, then
yeah.
paste that in Chat GPT. It will give a good answer for you. Entire, like, the terminology, the professional, this thing, everything it will give you.
Okay. Thank you.
Otherwise, you update in LinkedIn. Even LinkedIn also there is a AI support. The 1 month trial period is there. Take up the support of it, and you will get the answers into interview answers over there. Even
Okay.
Naukri also the same. Based on your resume and your answers, it will give you the best answers. Okay.
Okay.
So that's what good. One more question from my end. So
Yes.
So how do you how do you justify yourself that you will fit for this job? If you assume that I am giving a job for you, BFSI, BFSI domain, banking and
Mm.
financial sector domain, they, like, you got the opportunity for business analyst.
Okay.
So how do you fit for that? So just describe the answer. How do you justify yourself?
Okay. Uh, as we know, business analyst role is a very dynamic role. So, uh, and business analyst must ensure that uh, he must gather requirements, communicate effectively, and he should be problem solver and critical thinker. So, as a hard worker, as I'm a hard worker and a quick learner, so I can be a best business analyst and I can be fit to this role. Uh, uh, okay, okay, that's it.
Yeah. So, yeah, good, Nikita. That's what there should have doesn't then sorry. So, it should have to be like, there is no what you call gaps among the words. So make sure that.
Okay,
So you should have to give an answer in a way that you can first focus on your strengths, like what you have done as of now, what you learned, and okay. So when answer like this, like I am an IABA certified business analyst, where I have learned the many things like how to prepare. How to gather the requirements, analyzing the requirements, and mm, uh, like uh, how to conduct stakeholders analysis by conducting, by RACM metrics. So
okay,
even my two projects experience given me a lot of experience to how to handle the project. So I'm pretty confident about taking care of this job role, and mention the some things like how it will match. If you see, I said banking finance, so I do having experience in banking domain telecaller, that was giving me great advantage to fit for this role. So the whatever the banking sector, how the operations went on, I do have great idea about it. So that will give more advantage to me to excel in this role like that.
okay,
Okay.
yeah, okay, fine.
Yes. So that's it from my end, sir.
Okay,
Sure, get prepared at least five, six, 5, 6 interview questions, basic interview questions. And that is more than enough for you, as per your 2.5 years experience. And one thing I have observed, with the 2+ years of experience in healthcare domain in the process of provided forms and credentials, and why it is both healthcare and banking domain.
actually, 21 months in a healthcare domain and 7 months in banking domain. So, yeah, shall I split that?
No, one thing, like you were like into banking domain, well and good. So healthcare, if it is like you are applying for your job role of healthcare domain,
Okay,
you mention healthcare only. And
okay,
if you are applying for banking domain, you mention banking domain experience only. Here
okay,
specifically cover letter. Don't add both the things.
Oh,
okay.
I don't
And
agree with this because I think having a varied experiences in various domains will actually give an edge to say that you are a quick learner from a domain to the other domain. So that ways, if you take my 17 years of experience, I have worked in various domains. It doesn't mean that I'll put one domain for 17 years. So it actually gives you a sense of being a quick learner.
okay,
Yeah, Deepti, sorry. Even I do have 11 years of experience, but I have conducted the interviews for freshers and experience. Thing is that, okay, briefly, like if they deeply gone into profile, it's fine. But by looking here, so what they will ATS, while ATS is performing resume shortlisting, definitely like unnecessary things will go high count.
That is
Ac-
true, but
Actually, sorry to interrupt you guys. Please,
Yeah,
so while going with the domain industry knowledge, I mean,
yeah.
whatever the experience that we have, see, for example, let us go with this single candidate has experience in multiple domains like banking, finance, as well as healthcare domain and e-commerce domain. So in this particular scenario, this particular candidate can mention all these particular domains because he has the transition into multiple domains where he can also uh, easily grab those IT domains. For example, if this particular candidate with all this domain experience applies for an IT domain, so it would be an added advantage if he mentions those all those particular domain knowledge, I mean domain experiences in the career objective. Because see, what exactly it shows is this particular candidate can transit into any other domain because he quickly adapts it. So there is no particular restriction to mention those things actually. Okay,
Yeah,
please.
yeah, got it, got it.
Yeah, please, guys, please go with the next rest of the questions, please.
Yeah, that's it from my end. Anything?
Nikita,
One,
a question from my end is like
yes,
one of the projects you have worked for a waterfall, right?
yes.
So was there a particular demand of taking that project as a waterfall? What was the reason for that project being worked in as a waterfall one?
Um, Actually, I have taken this project because I have an idea regarding the retail businesses, like
Mhm.
how it works, POS technology. So that's why I have taken this project so that I can better perform in this project.
Okay.
Uh,
So probably let me give you an answer for that. So the reason, so usually why we pick up the waterfall method is like when the requirements are very set state, very set and very something which are not changing. So that's when you pick up waterfall. Otherwise, it is difficult when you have a changing requirements or you have a very so here you could say that the waterfall project, I mean the project which was selected as a waterfall one is something because it was the requirements were static, were not changing, and you had the clear requirements for a longer term.
okay,
So that could be your answer. I mean, whenever there is an interview and they ask you, because that was one of the question for
okay,
my projects. So why is
okay.
it that your project is taken as a waterfall one?
Yeah, thank you. And can I have a question?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Uh, Actually, I'm going for the role of business analyst as a fresher. So, what things I should mention, especially regarding the projects and about my experience, previous experience? Like, is it okay to add those experience, or I should go only as a fresher for the business analyst role?
So for this particular question, Nikita, for every particular every participant, there will be a different goal or the different transition he or she needs to seek. She wants to seek. Actually, in your scenario, you have overall 2 years of experience in different domain, which is related to healthcare domain, right? So in
Yes.
the similar way, when you want to switch your career into different domain, there is also a need to mention your oral experience because when see when going with when while going as a fresher, it will be completely
Okay.
treated as a fresher, but you have an experience with 2+ years of experience in some other domain, but you
Yes.
can also still you want to enhance your skills in terms of BA, then it would be an added advantage, added point for you, so that you can mention it in the your career objective as we described in your as we discussed earlier in the resume building part. Okay.
Yes.
And if it comes to justification, everything will be verbal, and maximum concentration would be on the BA only in terms of your resume and justification, as
Okay.
mentioned in your resumes. That's it.
Okay, sir.
And Deepti, please go ahead with the questions if you have.
The same goes like, have you experienced any change requests during your waterfall, Nikita?
Yes, I have experienced change request during the waterfall project. So change request comes from the client whenever it is required and at any stage, during any stage. So we need to first do the feasibility study and impact analysis study to know what impact it is going to uh, give, either a negative impact or the positive impact uh, when change arises. And then um, we need to communicate it with the client and the project team about the change request. And then after analyzing all the change requests, then we can create the change request document. And then uh, after knowing that the change request has given us a positive impact, then we can go with the implement.
Yeah. So this would be whatever you have explained is true in the cases of agile projects, because that is where you can actually accommodate those change and get into the streamline into the projects in your user stories or whatever you're doing.
Okay.
Whereas in for waterfall, it is pretty difficult because you don't have phases wherein you go back and do the development, because once the development
Yeah,
is done,
right.
you're going into the testing phase, right? So it is pretty difficult to handle a change request in a waterfall project. Uh, it would depend on the impact of that particular change request. So if you're answering it in terms of waterfall, it is heavily difficult to actually accommodate a change request. Could be one of I mean an addition to whatever you're answering.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Deepti, let me give you a short idea about it
Uh,
particularly.
yes.
So we can also accept a change requests in terms of waterfall projects,
Mm.
but before the development phase has been done.
Done.
So
Yeah.
yes. So as initially discussed, if the stakeholder comes up with the initial change request, what exactly a BA does? So BA has to document everything, collect the requirements from the stakeholders, and document everything. Okay, and
Mhm.
check with the impact analysis whether whether this particular change request is going to show any kind of impact with the particular project or not, or it's going to show any kind of impact on the further stages of the project or previous stages of the project. Everything will be analyzed accordingly. And
Mhm.
once this analyzation has been done,
Mhm.
so the BA will be going through the stakeholders. So if see once this analyzing is has been done, so if there any kind of change, negative impact that is going to be shown on the particular project, then it won't be accepted. If there is no particular impact is not going to be shown on this particular project or the phases of the project, then it's taken to the stakeholders. So to the stakeholders, once the BA presents this entire documentation about this particular change request to the stakeholders, once the stakeholders approves this particular change request, then only we can accept in the waterfall process, waterfall
So
project.
the
And
the
and
addition.
and
Oh.
in addition to this,
Mhm.
this can be happen only before the development phase. Once
Yeah.
the development phase is done, it can't be accepted in waterfall.
Waterfall. Okay. So that would be an additional point wherein we have to mention that it is something which could be accepted only during the development phase.
Yes, that's it. You have to mark it actually.
Sure, sure, sure.
And please go with the rest.
Any major challenges that you have faced during your any of your projects?
Um, yes, I have faced challenges like uh, um, like I have sorry, like I have found some impediments in the project while doing the project. So we have communicated with the project team, and uh, we have we have done root cause analysis to know about the particular impediments which is blocking the project. Then we have find out the best solution to make that problem resolved, and we have move forwarded with the project with the uh, good good delivery of the project.
Okay, since you have mentioned impediment, so there might be an additional question, because this doesn't really give a clear picture as in what the challenge was. Probably how you handle the challenge, that was something that you given a brief about. So if if you tell this, there might be an additional question of what was your impediment.
Okay.
So you might have to prepare on what the real challenge is and how did you go about resolving it.
Okay.
That's it from my end, sir.
So anything from your end, Chaitanya?
Uh, Nothing like.
Okay, just a minute. So Nikita,
Yes, sir.
I had a question on your profile. I mean, cover letter. So
Yes, sir.
as you are a business analyst, as you initially will be gathering requirements, right? Once you gather the requirements, you will be categorizing them into BRD, FRD, and SRS, right?
Yes.
So could you please let me know how would you ensure that accuracy and completeness of this particular BRD, FRD, and SRS documents?
Completeness.
Completeness and accuracy.
Okay. Um, by analyzing and validating the requirements by using Moscow techniques, we'll prioritize the requirements, and by using Forbes technique, we'll check the functionality of the requirements. Then we'll mark it as complete and accuracy. Hello.
Yes, yes. Okay, fine. So what is the major role that is going to played by an RACI matrix in your particular projects?
Uh, as a responsible person,
Sorry, come again.
as a responsible.
Sorry, it's not an appropriate answer
So,
actually.
uh, uh,
See, a RACI matrix is a general technique or a document where you are going to use to identify the stakeholders who are involved in this particular project. So in every project, there will be multiple stakeholders involved. So it also
mm,
categorizes them like who is responsible for
yes,
who is responsible for what, and who is to be consulted, and who is to be accountable, and who is to be informed for a particular task, not for the entire project. For every particular task, these four categories has been defined using
yes,
this RACI matrix so that it's an easy for everyone to identify who are the stakeholders involved for this particular task. So
yes,
while you are into the particular task, for example, requirement gathering phase. So you are gathering requirements. It's in terms of gathering requirements, who will be accountable, who is to be responsible, and who is to be consulted, and who is to be informed. So in these four particular areas, so four different set of stakeholders will be involved, right? For
Yes.
example, doers. Just a second. So, do you have an idea who is accountable? So, I think you have done with an RACI matrix, right?
Yes, yes.
So, could you please let me know the who were the stakeholders involved in your requirement gathering phase?
Uh, um, Responsible is the person who takes care of the project, like a project manager, and accountable is the one um, who handles the project, like a business analyst, and consulted are the one uh, who um, uh, will provide inputs to the project, like um, testers, database admins, network admins, developers, and informed is the person for whom the state progress is uh, informed about the project.
Yes, but
Sponsors.
the thing is, please be confident about your justification in terms of in terms of interviews. Okay, if you
Okay,
go with this little bit of low bass and low voice, then it won't be more effective. Make it more effective and make yourself involved in this particular project so that it would be more effective. Okay,
okay,
try to involve yourself and try to involve yourself in this particular projects.
yes,
Involvement in the sense it will show your real-time presence in this particular project, not the theoretical one. It should be a real-time experience that you are going to gain using these particular projects. So this is what exactly the involvement you have to show.
okay,
So let me give you an idea. So for everyone, I think a few of my few of the students I know about this. So do you have an hobby to watch movies?
yes.
So what do you like the most? In
Uh,
the story part or the screenplay or the direction part?
yeah, story part.
Story part. So do you want to do you read the story or do you want to watch the story?
Voice the story.
Yes, exactly. So you want to watch the story and enjoy the movie, right? I mean,
Yes,
you want to little bit and show your joy in watching the movie on the with the visualization, right? Picture visual.
yes.
Similarly, Similarly, what makes more effective to make the story successful? The direction part plays a key role, or the involvement of the actors plays a key role?
Involvement of the actors in
Both
their
act
roles.
both actually,
Both
He-
actually.
both actually. But here the direction part has been completed. The rest is up to the actors who are going to involve in this particular stories. So if you observe, if you act in terms of a story of a business analyst profile of Nikita Bhale. This
Okay,
is what exactly, let us think this is a story and make yourself involved in this particular story so that it would be more effective and it would be more realistic. So if we go on preparing on these concepts, so everyone can prepare on these concepts in a short while. But the thing is, whoever involves fast will grow faster. Got it?
yes, sir.
So
Yes,
make yourself involved in these particular projects in terms of projects and concepts. Because if you involve in this more particular things in these particular areas, then it would be more effective in terms of justification. And for sure, you will be ready to answer all the particular questions. Whether you're getting the random questions, scenario based questions, whatever it might be, if you involve in these particular concepts and things, it would be really helpful for you.
yes, sir.
Got it?
Yes, got.
So, could you please let me know what is the importance of RTM?
Oh, RTM acronym is Requirement Traceability Matrix, which helps in tracking the requirements which helps in tracking the requirements and uh, it also ensures that requirement is being uh, verified, implemented, and tested and delivered. And it helps in uh, it is a proof that a requirement is being fulfilled, and business analyst has to update the requirement traceability matrix regularly to know the progress of the project. So it is a important thing in the project lifecycle development.
So could you please let me know how would you ensure that all the requirements has been are meeting towards the testing part?
Uh, uh,
See, the same similar question. RTM is
yes.
nothing but a direct question, and
Okay.
this is what exactly the indirect question that I have asked related to RTM only.
Okay.
This is what exactly the concept speaks about. So, in simple, RTM, as you spoke, like RTM is nothing but requirement traceability matrix, is which where we use to track and ensure all the project requirements has been captured. I mean, captured in the sense gather, documentized, whatever it will in the terminologies. So, the main motive behind this particular RTM is to ensure all the requirements are
Are
going to
fulfilled.
meet and tested. For example, you might have gathered like, for example, let us assume that you have gathered like 20 to 50 requirements. So, for
Yes.
example, as per the client requirements, we got, let us assume that 50 requirements. Okay, 50 business requirements. Okay, so
Okay.
the primary goal of this particular RTM requirement traceability matrix is to ensure all these 50 requirements has should meet towards the testing part. Make a note of this because RACI and RTM will play a key role over here, and this concept has to be learned with everyone. Okay,
Okay.
this is what exactly you have to mark. See, in this particular case, if any of the particular requirement is missing towards the uh, testing part, then it would be identified and it would be rechecked and it would be once again cross-checked and verified from the business analyst. And once again, we will continue with the flow to meet the requirements till the testing part and the rest of the things like deployment, everything, vice versa. But the main motive is to make all the requirements to meet the testing part. Okay,
Okay.
this is what exactly a business analyst does.
Yes.
One question on the require RTM. So basically, since it has all the columns wherein we say if the development is done, if the testing is done, if the deployment is done. So because we are tracking over there, that's how we say that if the complete feature is tested or not, is what you're saying, right?
Yes.
That would help in understanding like which phase of the project, I mean, which phase of the requirement is done.
Yes, currently for every individual requirement, we will do the same RTM with a development done or not. Everything face to face, we will calculate it and update the progress in this particular columns.
Sure. And sorry to ask, but what was the question? How was the question you asked the second time you asked about the RTM?
So just a
You said,
second.
how do you ensure that testing is done for the
Yes,
requirement? That's what you said, right?
yes. How would you ensure yourself, like as a business analyst, how would you ensure yourself that all the requirements are going to meet towards the testing part by
Okay.
RTM? By simple, it's RTM,
Oh,
requirements
okay.
traceability matrix,
Sure,
where,
sure.
where we maintain all the things in detail, right?
Yeah, sure, sure. Thanks.
Yeah, anything else from your guys like feedback to Nikita Bhale?
Probably you'll have to work on the confidence level whilst you speak, Nikita. I mean, the
Yes.
answers are pretty much good, but they seem as if they are already uh, by hearted. So probably it has to look a little natural when you are saying that.
Okay.
That's the only thing that I thought of.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything from your end, Chaitanya?
I think same like confidence. She need to work on confidence levels.
Okay, fine.
Yes, I'll work on it.
Yes, Nikita, if you ask me, I just ask you to involve yourself. That would really boost up your confidence and everything.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, as of now, it's done, guys. So because today we have got only few attendees, so we will end this session here itself. And thank you guys for Deepthi, Chaitanya, and Nikita for attending this session and making it successful. And hope you're going to attend the rest of the sessions or on the regular basis. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, thank you everyone. You
Okay.
can leave.
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.